Hi folks, welcome back to the Carver's Woodshop. We're going to start another project here. It's going to be called the Spiral Santa Face. Okay, the Spiral Santa Face. Now you can make a full Santa out of it. I've done that already. I don't think I have anything here that represents that. I had one and it sold at the last craft show I was at. So at the Heritage Day we had in Intercourse, Pennsylvania. Our club was there and I sold 2 of my carvings at this event. And that happened to be one of them. But what we're going to do is something similar to this. It's going to be a one eye, or you can put 2 eyes on it, and it will just be the face. You can put a little hook at the top and use it as an ornament if you like, or you can use it standing up. Now this one has the normal ball or the normal tassel at the end. Sometimes you can make them really skinny, or you can also do a real fat one like this one here, and I'll explain how you can do that. You're going to have to cut the cone a little bit different, but I'll show you just the same how that's done. But this is what we're going to be working on, and we'll put that spiral on the back, and you can see that spiral goes from the bottom all the way to the top, and we'll share with you how to do that. Alright, let's start. What I have a piece here, it's a 4 3/4 long, 4 inches and 4 3/4 inches long. It's 1 inch on the bottom, square, 1/2 inch on the top, square, and we actually start tapering this off about 1 3/4 inches on the way up. You can do it all the way. If you have a larger piece, I just happen to have this piece out in the barn here in my shop, and I decided to make this a little bit, I think these are all about 1 inch, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, these are all 1 inch thick. So, but if you want to make a larger one, you can. I did one not too long ago with the full body at the bottom. It stood about 6 inches, about 6.5 inches tall, and I sold it at the last event that I was at, and had the spiral hat. So there's a lot of variations that you can use with everything I'm teaching you. You can mix and match these any way you want. You know, there's so many different ways you can do it to make them look different. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go about 1/2 inch, whatever the width is here. We're going to go, this is just ink from my inkjet business. I was trying to refill some inkjets today, so it's not it won't come off. Anyway, here we are just going to put a line going across. Alright, and what we're going to do here is a little bit too low for me. Let's see if we can push this up a little bit further. I actually want 2 eyes on this guy instead of 1. There we go. Alright, that's good. And we'll put the I did dip it in that solution to make it a little bit softer, and you have to be careful because it will check on you or crack on you if you're not careful. But anyway, so it won't have any body on this, of course. It's just basically going to be the hat. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting a stop cut. Now I drew where the hat's going to be, and also on the back. You can take a look at that. We'll go back over this a little bit again. But the hat gets draped all the way. I'm going to do it all the way to the bottom. It's just a little easier. Alright, and we get a little more spiral out of the hat. When you do the spiral, there's a little trick to it, and you'll see when we get started here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just start cutting out the corners to give me a good idea, and a little bit in the middle here. We're just going to cut each side out. If you have the V-tools from Dockyard or some kind of V-tool, you're going to need that doing this project. I'm teaching a lot more with the V-tool, and I'm just finding the results are so wonderful with it. I wish I discovered it earlier, but you know, in my frustration, in my stubbornness, I just wanted to stick with a knife. But sometimes when you learn something new, a new tool, it really does have advantages, and that V-tool or parting tool as we call it, does a good job of making special effects on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to round off this a little bit, take off the corners. Okay, and then right here we're going to distinguish where the nose, let's put where the nose is going to be. It's probably going to be about right about there. Alright, and we're going to bring this in because we're going to have an eye there. It's very hard to make this stuff match. So we're going to put 2 eyes in that one. So let's do this. Let's go to the top of the hat here and just kind of chip out. You don't want to go too far there because of the nose. And then you're going to go over here to the bottom here and do the same thing. If you've been following me, you know exactly how to draw these on here by now. You know. Okay, and we're going to do a little V cut on this side. I thought we were going to do a little V cut on that side. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start scooping this out. Alright, we're not going to worry about, we can redraw that, that's not a big deal. And you're going to take it up to that hat, up to that tassel, I'm sorry. These require a little bit more work than your normal hat because we have to put that spiral in there, and that does take time. You know, I'm going to probably do it first with a V tool. I'm going to do one, I'll share with you why I can show it both ways, because when you do this, you're actually going to put 2 lines going down. It's just not 1 line going across, it's 2. And it makes it kind of interesting. So definitely going to make that smaller on the bottom there. Yeah, we're going to go in a little further, of course. I'm going to scoop that out a little more. We'll round all this stuff up later. Try to go as straight in as you can when you do a stop cut. You know, try not to, when you do a stop cut, try not to lean your knife one way or the other when you do it, because you want it to go straight and flush. Okay, straight across. And that comes with practice. You know, you'll get a feel for that. If you haven't been carving long and you notice your line's going up, it's cutting upward, or you're cutting down into the hat, it's just learning to eyeball your piece and make sure that it's straight. Alright. Alright, we're going to go back down here. We're going to keep sweeping this out clean. Try to get this nice and round. This is the brim of the hat, remember, so we're trying to scoop that out a little bit. We'll be right back.